All right guys, I'm literally fresh off a job site, just came back home. You can watch the video on the Phil's Lawn Care channel, but I'll show clips here and there because I want to talk about my first impressions using the VENTRAC 4520N. I will say this was a phenomenal machine to use. The fast cut flail mower deck worked perfectly on the highest setting and on the 2-inch setting. The only thing I did was blow off all of the debris. One thing I have noticed is debris loves to build up in this channel right here. After you're done with every single job, you just take this out, slide it out. Here, I'll show you real quick. You slide this out, take it all the way out, blow it out, put it back in. It's a metal filter. There's no paper or anything on there. It's just pre-screening, but I did still get debris. Here, I'm gonna have to take this off. See? I did still get debris in the radiator screen. I just blew it out and then put my filter back on. It's channeled, so channel on both sides and just slides right in. Speaking about dirt compartments, a lot of debris build up right in this area here. I'm not too sure what this is for actually, but maybe no clue. But it's just a lot of debris built up there, easy blowing, still some debris there. And then I of course lifted the seat, blew everything out because I did just finish up a dusty property. And while doing that, I ran into a lot of wire. And shout out to Cameron Duncan, Lawn Care Life in Moser. He's like, grab some wire cutters, you're gonna need them. And that's exactly what I did. I grabbed some wire cutters and they came in clutch like 3 or 4 times. So I used this lever right here to bring the attachment up. You of course just push it this way to the left and it brings it up probably up to here. But then if you want it raised farther, or actually not raised, tilted upwards, you push this to the left, right? Well, for some reason, it worked for, I would say the first 10 minutes or so, maybe a couple times it worked where I could lift not only with that one lever, but then also tilt it up, and I could actually get underneath and remove all the wire. The second time I tried it, it did not work. What I believe the issue is just low hydraulic oil level. So I'm gonna have to check it, but I can't check it when it's hot. And again, I'm fresh off the job site right now, so I'm gonna allow it to cool for a couple hours and then check my levels. I hope it's just low. Then I can go to the store and buy some hydraulic oil, and hopefully that will fix the issue. But I have reached out to Cameron. It is too late to reach out to VENTRAC. So they're already closed for the day. I might reach out to them tomorrow and just figure out what my options are, what to look at. I did read in their manual a little bit, but the information was kind of generic. And I want to ask specific questions here, right? I guess while I'm here, let me actually show you what I mean, because some of you might be like, dude, you're talking gibberish right now to me. I don't understand what you're talking about. So let's start the machine. We got the brake on. Let's go ahead and start it and then lift the attachment up. Okay, ready? And even if I press the button, still doesn't work. So see what I mean? The bigger lever raises the attachment up off the ground, but then the secondary smaller lever, when you push it to the left, is supposed to tilt it back. And again, like I said before, it stopped working. So let's check the condition of the underside of this flail mower. And yeah, there's one job for you. It's no longer nice and shiny, and that's okay. I have noticed that wire does love this gap right here, right there. See that gap? Oh, wire loves to get jammed up in there. I spent probably, I don't know, 10 minutes at one point just trying to unwind wire that got caught up. I think there might be a little bit right there. Try to break it free from that side, but honestly, hey, that's just part of the game, right? Now I did finish cutting a bunch of tall grass and weeds, but they were all dry. And so I figured that, well, at least we got to test drive it, test run it on some dry tall grass. Hopefully in the future, we will find some nice green tall grass and weeds to cut. Using this VENTRAC on tall grass has obviously been a lot easier than trying to get a mower on some. Another thing I did notice was these pins right here. Oh, I was having some issues with these. So this one's fine. The other one I think broke. I had to fix it at the job site, but these are kind of flimsy in my opinion. I'm gonna go ahead and get some heavier duty ones. And the one on the right broke. I had to fix it. It came out of the pinholes there and it completely flew off into the ground. Then I had to really bend it back. As you can see, it's kind of bent. And that's just, again, those are wear and tear parts, but it wore out within like the first 10 minutes. So I wasn't too pleased with that, but I will definitely go ahead and replace them with stronger ones right away. And then, hey, I'm a rookie, right? I don't really usually look at stickers, but I looked at the numbers here and I'm like 15. I'm like, I don't want to cut at 15 inches. So I dropped it down to 5 and lo and behold, there's a sticker there that shows that I was actually cutting at 2 inches. I'm like, man, it's cutting real low for 5. And I'm like, I probably should put it back to 15. I ended up cutting the field at 9, which is 3 inches. And then I finished it because I really liked the 2-inch cut. I finished it off at number 5, which is 2 inches. Another thing I have noticed is, look, I'm 6'2". I got a pretty large torso. And check this out, when I lean back, my head smacks against this bar. So there have been moments where I'm operating, and then I'm leaning, going back, and I smack my head against this bar. It hurts. Did it like 2 or 3 times. I'm like, oh man, that kind of hurt. So one thing I really wish is that they would extend these roller bars a little bit higher. So that way we're not smacking our heads against. But again, I'm 6'2". Maybe any of the other operators have this issue. You guys let me know. But again, first impressions. I got to say what I didn't like. I got to say what I like, right? Here's another thing. And this might be me being picky, but this is basically what I see. I don't see what is in front of that mower deck attachment because of the hood. Now, if I had to lean forward a little bit like this in order to actually see what's in front of it. So one thing, if I were to redesign this VENTRAC, and again, I'm just being picky, and I'm pretty tall, right? 6'2". But if I had to redesign it, I would actually bring this platform up just a bit, the seat platform just a little bit, so that way you could actually see over the hood without having to lean just a bit forward to see what's in front of that deck. Because this is what I usually see right here. But if I lean forward, I can see really what's in front of it and make sure I'm not smacking into logs, because tall grass pretty much covers so much that's hidden. But if you look and lean closely, you can sometimes spot like logs or, pet toys or water bottles and so on and so forth. I did notice this too. I'm not too sure what happened here, but it looks like maybe that's factory, maybe it's not. I'm not too sure, but I did notice that. And pretty much the last thing is just, a little bit of oil around all of the connections. A lot of oil here. Maybe that's the cause of why my secondary lever isn't working, but it is tight. Not too sure. If you peek down here, you can also see some oil buildup right away. I'll have to inspect that, make sure everything is tight. And please, I hope nobody thinks that I am complaining whatsoever. I'm not. I'm just giving feedback, showing you guys the realities of using a brand new piece of equipment. And just because it's expensive doesn't mean it's perfect. You run into issues with just about everything. Brand new cars nowadays, break down right off the lot. Like, come on. I'm sure it's gonna be an easy fix. We'll get that taken care of, and I'll keep you guys updated. So those are kind of my first impressions on the machine. I really like the way it cuts. It's super comfortable, super flexible because of the flex frame. You're not sitting there bouncing around in the seat. You're actually kind of going with the flow a little bit like that. And so it's super comfortable. Although it doesn't have the best suspension, it still rides smooth. It didn't bog down one single bit. It pretty much plowed through the grass that I was mowing. Oh, one more thing, foot pedal. Yeah, that's probably not my thing. I probably used the foot pedal like 5% of the job, just when I was trying to maneuver around trees, needing to use both of my hands on the steering wheel. That's where the foot pedal came in clutch. I used it just a few times, but not too much, and I probably might just end up removing it. I'm not too sure. I like to use these platforms for my feet. I tried to use these ones, but these are kind of good for loading and unloading. But I'm honestly seeing myself putting my feet right here instead of here. When you are making a sharp turn, your foot could get caught if it's right here, right in between these two pieces of metal. So always make sure to keep your foot placement in mind. So that's my first impressions on using the VENTRAC. Kind of giving you guys some feedback, giving VENTRAC some feedback. Super excited to be able to use this type of machinery on some acreage, cutting down some tall grass, weeds, clearing some fields, making people happy. That's all that matters. Thank you so much. Take care. God bless you. I will definitely have plenty more videos to come. Me using the VENTRAC, me using other pieces of equipment, so stay tuned. Take care. God bless you, and we'll see you in the next one. Yo guys, I got it to work. I'm not too sure what I did, but I pulled this pin right here, and now guess what? Now I can go all the way. Weird. So I guess scratch that problem and got it to work. That's how it should be. See, now you can look under and see all of your tines. All right, I put the pin back in. Let's see if it'll work again. Works good. So I checked my level. Maybe there was some air in the lines, I'm not too sure. But I unscrewed this kind of after it cooled down, checked my levels. Level was good, wiped everything. I removed this line here, this line there, cleaned them up. And then I unscrewed this thing, which I don't think did anything. And I also removed the pin. And then I got it to tilt again. Right? You just do a few things, and then it starts working again.